wherever the cloud is. Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday morning business chat for January 18th. Gregory and Robin up here in Bozeman, Montana, where it is above zero now. I mean, we're having a warming streak. So, well, we did get a couple inches of fresh snow. So we love these 30 morning calls because every Wednesday we have a director and above call, and look forward to many or all of you joining us on the director's call once you hit director, because we have directors and seniors and executives and presidentials and senior presidentials. And it's a mastermind session. We share thoughts and ideas and best practices. And the thoughts and idea came up yesterday is to have a discussion today about getting back to the basics. Let's see, we got to be letting people in. Tim, are you able to let people in? Okay, yeah, there. Okay, good. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen real quick. Let me see if I can share screen. And this is just kind of an overview of what we're going to talk about today. Back to the basics. And we're going to talk about making our simple daily method of operation an atomic habit. And I'm really enjoying learning and studying along with many of you to studying James Clear's book on atomic habits and his executive summary and the new, if you go into Live Younger Success into the What's New section and scroll all the way down, there's a whole section that Judy Daniel and Liz Hodges created about James Clear and, executive summaries, habit trackers, and a lot of the cool tools that, hold on a second, Liz is calling. Hi, Liz. Oh, well, a lot of people are on. Okay. Okay. Well, there might be a problem with people getting in. And if so, we're getting it fixed.
Live Younger chat.
Yeah.
Liz?
Yeah, what happened is we had Live Younger chat pointed to Live Younger Zoom last night. We forgot to switch it back. So it's being switched back over right now. So I apologize for our friends and family and members that are stuck in the void. But if you go back to liveyoungerchat.com, you'll get in. And that's a good reason that we record these calls, because you could listen to the replay. But somehow 30 of us got in, but there's just stop and do it again. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm assuming
Recording in progress.
there we go. Most of us are getting in. So back up for a minute, back to the basics, making our daily method of operation an atomic habit. And looking at and reviewing some of James's materials, I really resonated with his three key lessons that's excerpted from his work. And lesson number one, small habits make a big difference. And it reminds me of a training I used to do over the years, is the roads to success and failure. The difference between the road to success and the road to failure is the road to success is paved with simple disciplines repeated over time. And that's going to take you where you want to go. And one of the simple disciplines we practice in LifeWave is our simple daily method of operation. Whereas the road to failure is paved with simple errors and judgment made over time. Well, I'm not going to make any calls to the guy. Oh, I'll follow up on that guy tomorrow. Oh, I don't need to take patches with me when I go out because I'm not going to see anybody, and you probably won't, right? So the lesson number one, small habits make a big difference. Lesson number two, forget about setting goals. Focus on a system instead. And that just clicked with me because I know I've spoken to many of you about this, that systems duplicate and people don't. And if anybody hasn't muted themselves, please do that just to keep the lines clear. I'd appreciate that. But Systems duplicate, people don't. And I'm going to, and then number three, build identity-based habits. And I'm going to let Robin comment about that because she really saw how that tied in with, where does that little book go? You had it there a minute ago. There it is. So Robin's going to share, build identity-based habits is one of James Clear's recommendations. And go ahead, Robin.
I love this because he talks about it's not about goals. Let's say you want to write a book. That's a goal. You write a book. But an identity-based habit is you want to become a writer. So every day you write. And I couldn't not, combine this with John Maxwell because it fits so perfectly. So what is the identity that you want to become in any part of your life? And so we'll just use the example of an identity of being a professional network marketer. That's an identity. And John Maxwell met with all these top leaders and put together this fabulous little book that we've been going through and identified the behaviors of a professional network marketer. And they're the power of 5. And so every day I will grow. Every day I will connect. Every day I will think successfully. Every day I will lead. Every day I will add value. So this is a suggestion and idea of who do you want to become? So if you want to become, let's say, a better mother, what kind of behavior systemically supports that? And it may be that every single morning you spend a few minutes with your child and you have undevoted present time with your children, and that's a behavior that supports the identity that you want to become. So I wanted to really weave these together so everyone can see how they just beautifully complement each other and make it as easy as possible for all of us that want to continue to grow.
So today we're going to be talking about reinforcing our identity as successful network marketers, successful relationship marketers, successful promoters of breakthrough, life-altering, health technologies. So I'm going to change my screen here real quickly, and I'm going to go to a different share, and I'm going to go back to our favorite website, Live Younger Success. And I learned over the decades, 3.5 decades full-time in this profession, that you need to have a success system. And we have a Live Younger Success system. And it's right here on the home page.
Sorry, Gregory, I muted you.
Oops, I was muted. So you probably didn't hear much of what I just said. So I'll repeat it. In Live Younger Success on the home page, sometimes my Zoom system mutes itself. I don't know why. But we have a Live Younger Success system, and the success system, includes everything we do. It's our Power of the Patch webinars. It's our liveyounger.com, marketing site, our training website, our newsletters and webinars, all the things we do. But today we wanted to zero in focus on our daily method of operation. And that's really step 2, and it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1, download the InTouch app and learn to use it. Step 2 is our daily method of operation. So I'm going to click through, and that'll take me to, or I can just go up here to ready, set, 1, 2, 3. And it's loading. Loading. Not very fast. We'll try it again. Well, it usually works when I'm not trying to show it to anybody. Gosh. There we go. Technology, dependably undependable, right? So, and I want to just, our simple daily method of operation is what I wanted to focus in on with you today, because this is a cornerstone in our Live Younger success system. And this is part of, the process that we do. And if you can learn, do, and teach this simple daily method of operation, success will truly be yours. Because as many of you have heard me say, X39 does a lot, but it doesn't have legs or a mouth. That's our job. We got to take it with us where we go, and we got to talk about it. So, and this simple daily methodation, we've zeroed it down to 4 simple steps. Connect with people before you start. I mean, we've all had a phone call, somebody, just jumps right in and starts dumping on you about the latest, greatest thing that's going on before they even check to say, hey, do you have a minute? How are you? Oh, good. Glad to hear it. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Hey, I came across something. Then your job is to pique their interest. Once you connect with people, because the old saying, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And you let them know you care by connecting briefly. And then you can pique their interest with any of these. One of my favorites is, what do you know about stem cells? And, whoa, I just spent $30,000. Oh, what's a stem cell? You talk to people differently. And then what you your job is to pique their interest and point them to the video. Just remember that, pique and point. Okay. You pique their interest and point them towards the video, and you can share videos from InTouch or liveyounger.com. The benefit of sharing through InTouch is when they watch the video, you get a notice, which to me is one of the coolest technologies that's hit our industry since the development of the internet. Okay. Because over the years, I've sent thousands of audios and videos and CDs and DVDs, and I always wondered, did they ever watch it? And now, for free, I can get it there instantaneously. I don't have to pay for overnight delivery. Instantaneously, I can get the video to them, and I know as soon as they watch it. And the key to success is, Robin and I like to say, the fortune and the friendship is in the follow-up. So you need to follow up, and this is just our process. It's connecting, piquing interest, sharing, and following up. So I want to open it up, and I know we got several of our directors that were on the call yesterday that wanted to share some insights into this. And I'm going to start out with Lavelle down there in Rancho Cucamonga.
Can you hear me,
Lavelle.
Greg?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Hey, my friend. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Hey, yeah. So I've been around the industry for about 25 years, and I've said that before. And I said it yesterday, that if you want to be successful in network marketing, consistency is the key. And to keep it as simple as possible. Simplicity is everything. And I know Jim Rohn, he always talked about that. Brevity, just you don't have to throw up on people. All you have to do is be yourself, because people like authenticity. They want natural. They want you, and you just be yourself. And people, they feel that. They feel that passion that you have. And all you have to do, as I said once before, is just be consistent, be yourself, and teach your people to do the same thing. And Jim Rohn always says it: learn it, do it, and teach it. And that's the key to just keeping it simple. And I love what you always say: keep it simple. What is it? Keep kids. Kids.
Keep it simple, keep it duplicatable. That's right.
I love that, Greg. So, hey, Greg, I'm going to turn it back over to you. Thanks so much for letting me share.
Yeah, thanks very much, Lavelle. And who else that was on with us yesterday would like to share anything about, getting back to the basics? Not all at once. Or has any questions? There we go. Well, I'll just keep talking then.
Hey, Gregory, it's Helen.
Hey, good, Helen, go.
Well, I was just thinking of, I was listening this morning, to our book, and it just struck me like 1 minute of something is better than no minutes, right? So if we just did 1 minute of reaching out and inviting people to the next event is always a great thing to do. So, I would just say, keeping it really super simple at first, and especially for very busy people, choose 1 minute or 2 minutes of activities. maybe some educating yourself, maybe some training other people, but the other getting new people. So those are, 3 activities you take. Those are the follow-ups.
Yeah,
Oh.
those are kind of core habits that you could build into your daily habit pattern.
Yeah, just even, like I said, 2 minutes, 3 minutes is better than no minutes. That's what he said. And then it just starts to build. Your habit gets in shape. You start to get energy behind it. I thought that was great. Super simple.
Yeah, I love that.
James clearly says if you match that 3 minutes you're gonna start with to something you want to do, like
Uh-huh.
take a walk, whatever it is, then you can't do that until you do the 3 minutes. Then the 3 minutes becomes a way to get something you want.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, guys. Hey, Jerry. Good
Hey,
morning.
good morning. Thanks, Gregory. I had a little bit of a distraction here, so I might have missed some of what everybody said, but this whole business is based on belief. And you really need to work on yourself first. I think we all get into this and we see what we can attain. We want to help people, but we have goals and you have to have that goal down and why you want to reach it. But you first need belief in yourself, belief in the product, belief in the company, just a big bowl of belief. And I think if you work from that and you remember that and you remember your why, you can accomplish whatever you want. You might not be the fastest person, but that's okay. Who's on a race? You just keep plugging along and just be consistent in your own way with your persistency.
That's so great. And it's consistency creates competence, and competence creates success. So thank you. Hey, Lavelle.
Yeah, and the other thing I was thinking about, like the young lady that was just speaking, she's like about getting in shape. That's what it's all about. Also, it's all about, when you go to the gym, uh, getting in shape, right?
Mhm.
The hardest part of getting in shape is just getting started. That's
Yeah.
the key also. A lot of times, it's just about getting started because we're all creatures of habit. And we're either in the habit of doing it or we're in the habit of not doing it. It really is that simple. And once you get into that habit, because we're all creatures of habit, and then you'll start seeing that compound effect over
Mhm.
time. Just continually doing the same thing. We used to call it beat it to death. Just do the same thing over and over and over and become an expert at just sharing these little 4 steps. And I'm telling you, over time, that compound effect will kick in. And all of a sudden, it's like, boom, man, where did all the success come from? It's because you've been consistently doing the same thing over and over, and you master it. You master the mundane. Just do the same thing over and over and over. That's all
Oh,
it's about.
that's great. Thank you, Lavelle. Hey, good morning. Thank you, Lavelle. And now we got Ravel. Hi,
Our names
Ravel.
rhyme. How cool. Thanks so much for creating the daily method of operation, Gregory, because I love what you and Robin share, that individuals are not duplicatable, but systems are. And thinking about what Robin said about identity and systems rather than goals, just
Mhm.
recognize that I do have daily and weekly goals, but they're around the system. So for example, today, I know I have to speak to at least 3 people to meet my weekly goal in
Mhm.
terms of the numbers of people to speak to. And one thing that I'm really pleased that you reminded me of today is to really connect before launching into description of this technology, because I don't ask every person, how are you, when I call them. So thank you for that reminder, Gregory.
People like to be, what's the phrase, Robin? Your favorite Covey phrase?
Appreciated, acknowledged, affirmed, and understood.
People like to be appreciated, affirmed, acknowledged, and understood. Hey, hi, Ravel. How are you? God, I so appreciate the time we get to spend together. How's everything going? It's that connection. And people love, working with people they're connected with. Hey, good morning, Sunshower. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, everybody. One of my favorite things is if I'm at the grocery store and I'm in the produce department and I'm looking at the Brussels sprouts and there's someone near me and I just open with hey, do you know what's the best way to cook these things? I've never understood Brussels sprouts. So the person is either gonna, they qualify themselves as a possible friend or not by their response. And so if they go, yeah, Brussels sprouts, that always confused me, but I found a really good recipe. And then you start chatting about Brussels sprouts, right? And then it's like, well, you're so cool. I'd love to stay in touch. So how about we exchange numbers? Maybe we can have lunch. It's possible, even on the first blush like that, to make a good friend.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Beautiful. Thanks for sharing. Let's go buy, I'll go buy some Brussels sprouts. So I just wanted, to tie in, how the book we're reading, Atomic Habits are, ties in to our basic, success process. Good morning, Charlotte. Did you want to share? Gonna unmute.
Yeah, Gregory, I'm sorry, I had the mute on. I apologize for
There you
that.
go. Hi. Did you have something you wanted to share? I noticed your hand was up. And now I'm not hearing you. I heard you for a moment. Well, I know you had something important to say. And if you can figure out how to unmute your phone, we'd love to hear it. Okay, so, we're just about the bottom of the hour. So this is our, if you can learn, do, teach, as Lavelle said, learn this daily method of operation and teach it to your new people. If people did nothing else but this, they will end up succeeding in our business, and they're going to change a lot of lives. Go ahead, Lavelle.
Yeah, well, another thought, and we've been around network marketing for a long time, and some of us have. Sometimes you forget more than you've learned. Sometimes. So the key is plugging in, and I shared this yesterday. The other thing is, like, I shared it with my group last night. We had our huddle up, and the thing is that you want to stay engaged with the like, and I talked about this yesterday about how showing up, like today, or on on excuse me, on Tuesdays or Sundays on these things, because you want to keep that fire in you as well. When you keep that fire in you, like a fire when it's blazing up, but when the amber jumps out of the fire, it dies out. So I'm gonna encourage everybody to stay plugged in. Because you'll hear something that will trigger you. And then the other thing is, last time we was talking about it with my group, is we talk about 3-3-3, but how about if you just did 2-2-2, or if you just did 1-1-1? But if you did that for 30 days, just think about that. 1-1-1, even for 30 days, that's 30 exposures that you had. But now if you get a couple of your teammates doing 3-3-3 or 2-2-1, 2-2-2 or 1-1-1, how about if you had two of your people doing just 1-1-1? That's 90 exposures. And that's the key of getting people started, just to be consistent. Like Gregory always say, it's not magical. And we always just say, it's not hocus pocus. It's not going to happen by magic. It's mathematical. And the more people that we can get started just doing something each and every day, you'll see how your team and your group begins to explode with that compound effect once again.
Thank you, Lavelle. And I want to apologize for any confusion if people had trouble getting in this morning. On Tuesday night, we switched it from Live Younger Chat to Live Younger Zoom. And because a lot of people, were still dialing in on Live Younger Chat for our Tuesday night call, we rerouted that temporarily and didn't get it rerouted back in time for this call. So some of you probably had trouble getting in, and if so, I apologize. And I just want to say the backup is you can always go to Live Younger Facebook group, because we're broadcasting live there. So, and if you missed the first part of the call, you could certainly catch it on the replay. Any final comments from anyone or questions? And otherwise, we'll bring this call to a wrap here today.
Gregory, I have something quick. It's Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I just saw Charlotte's message, and then I have something to share too. She says, sorry, lost connection. She says, when you call someone, imagine them saying yes. Your voice relates the yes, that feeling of being secure in your belief. And I just wanted to say, and you know, what I love about this business is, you know, we all have up and down days, you know, and so I don't call someone unless I'm in a really good place. And if I have a goal to talk to so many people and I'm not in a good place, then I do what I need to do to get into a good place, whether it's jump on my trampoline, my little mini rebounder, or, you know, meditate, or, read one of these books that we've been talking about, but get yourself in a good place. I mean, I'm kind of stating the obvious, but I think it's good to just remember that. It's like, oh, I feel like, crapola, but I need to do my calls. No, get yourself in a good feeling place, however that works for you, right? Yeah.
Yes. You know what? I want to apologize. It must be something wrong because I notice everybody's video is off. That's not intentional. Normally we love having everybody's video on. So if we must have got the settings set improperly. So it was not intentional to have your videos, clicked off. I love seeing live videos. Everybody loves seeing your still shots and your live shots. So I apologize. We had a few technical difficulties, but I think the core of today's message, back to the basics and just practice the basics, get good at it, duplicate it, and success will truly be yours. Any final comments? Lavelle, you got your hand up again. And do you have any final closing comments you wanted to make?
Yeah, and someone mentioned it earlier, but Jeffrey Birdie talks about how, it's all about believing in yourself. Believing in yourself, so you believe in the company, believe in the compensation plan, believe in your upline. But most importantly, the number one reason that people succeed in this business is because they believe in themselves. Just believe in yourself. And I even teach my group, listen, fail your way to the top. Don't be afraid to fail your way to the top. Gregory, you even talk about how, your first year in network marketing, you did everything wrong, but now you have over 100,000 people. Here you are in LifeWave. You just have to, the power is in the doing. Do the thing and you'll get the power. If you don't do the thing, you won't get the power. You got to do it, guys. It's Nike. I love that Nike slogan is just do it. And once you do it, you'll get better. Anything, it's like riding a bicycle. You might fall down a couple of times, just get back up and ride again.
Yeah. My old saying, failing enough to win. And Robin wants to give some closing comment here too.
Well, I'm so glad you mentioned that, Lavelle, because it is about belief. If people have belief, you could be successful in anything. And what I've learned from Stephen Covey is the biggest way to develop belief in self is to make and keep promises to yourself. The stuff that no one else knows.
Yeah.
And so as we're embarking on this journey and developing new habits, James Clear says, make it 2 minutes, make it easy, because we're building that belief and we're building the systems and we're building the structure to create the identity of who we want to be. But we need to make and keep promises to ourselves. And even if it's like we heard earlier, even if you spend 1 minute making a call, that's something. And that's the key, is that you're doing something consistently. And thank you for bringing up the consistency, because that really is what it's about.
And if you enjoyed this call, you may want to recommend that some of your teammates that weren't on the call listen to it. It's available on the Facebook group. And within the next couple hours, it'll be up on our Live Younger YouTube channel also. So with that being said, I think we'll come in for a landing. If you'd like to unmute yourself and say farewell. Everybody have a blessed day. We love you all and see you at the top.
Be blessed. God bless everyone. Have a great day.
Thanks so much, Gregory and Robin.
Thank you.
There's all those
Gregory and
faces.
Robin.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great call today. Thank you
Gregory
all.
and Robin. Really helpful call. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hope you feel better, Robin.
All right. See y'all.